I'm a big YouTuber.
I literally cover court cases for a living.
I'm gonna give you my ID.
I cover the court cases for a living.
Yeah, what up, y'all? Welcome to Crown TV. I am the Crown Prince. Shout out to the Royal Fam, man. We done leveled up. We putting the petty things away. Hashtag Royal Fam in the comments if you hear me. If you want to donate to the channel and help us grow, you could do that through the Super Chat or the Cash App. Let's get it. Yeah, what's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to Crown TV. I am the Crown Prince, if you do not know. Shout out to 6th Floor Custom Designs. That's the number 6TH Floor Custom Designs on Instagram, the first company to get my merch exactly right. So if you need merch made, go check out 6th Floor Custom Designs on Instagram. Also, shout out to the whole Royal family. Thank y'all for the support. And I know I do this every video, but I can't thank y'all enough. That's how important the support is to me. Now, unless you've been sleeping under a rock, you know that Anthony, Harv, Ellison, and Aljermiah Mack have blown trial. They have both been found guilty and are awaiting sentencing on each of their matters. They are expected to be sentenced late February. One is on the 26th and one is on the 28th, if I'm not mistaken. Now, in between the verdict and the sentencing, you should expect to see all kinds of motions being thrown out. You should expect to even see things thrown up against the wall. I don't think that's the case in this particular case. I think that both Nuke and, well, I don't know about Harv, but Nuke for certain is making a very compelling argument, and I wanted to break it down so that everybody can understand exactly what's going on. Now, Nuke was charged with 3 counts in this indictment. Count 1 is the RICO, count 6 is the narcotics conspiracy, and count 7 is the firearms use. Count 7 is the one that he was found not guilty of, and this is the problem, and this is what Nuke's lawyer is arguing, that it is impossible to be found not guilty on count 7, but guilty on count 6, because these charges are so intertwined, and the circumstances that are surrounding both of these charges, and those circumstances are CEO Chris and his testimony. So we're gonna break that down for y'all. We're gonna start with the gun charges. Okay, so Christian Cruz, aka CEO Chris, testified that on several occasions, and he testified at length about seeing Nuke with these firearms. Now, this is an excerpt from his testimony, and if you want to see, it's a big chunk of CEO Chris's testimony in his paperwork. If you want to see that, go to the Band app after this video is done. You'll be able to get that for free. Y'all know how we do over here. We don't hoard the paperwork. We give it out to everybody. So he testified at length about seeing Nuke carrying these firearms. And this is the basis for count 7. Count 7 is based on CEO Chris's cooperation and then testimony about seeing Nuke carrying these weapons. Now, as we've discussed, he's been found not guilty. Why? Because there is no firearm. There is no proof. All you have is CEO Chris on the stand. Excuse me, y'all. All you have is CEO Chris on the stand saying that he saw Nuke with these firearms. So he was found not guilty on this. Now, we want to go to the controlled substances. I want to break down exactly what they are saying in this charge. It says the controlled substances that Aljermiah Mack, aka Nuke, the defendant, conspired to distribute and possess with intent to distribute were 1 kilogram or more of mixtures and substance containing a detectable amount of heroin. So there is a very specific amount in this charge, 1 kilogram. Now, this is how they came about the 1 kilogram. This is CEO Chris answering questions from the prosecution on the stand. So they're asking him about the sales. He says, after that, there was a couple more sales where Aljermiah Mack would call me, and the same thing. I would just have someone go see him, and sometimes he would call that person, and that person would contact me and tell me that they were going to see him. The question is, can you just walk through the sales that you remember and the amounts of heroin that you sold during those sales? Now, check this out. This is CEO Chris talking. He says the first sale was 150 grams. Second was 200 grams. The third was 200 grams. And the fourth was, and then he stops and says, I'm sorry. It was 150, 200, 300, 200, 500. Now, if you don't know how many grams in a kilogram, I'm not going to explain it to you here. But this is how they came up with the solid number of 1 kilogram. So his attorney is arguing that just like in count 7, where there is no proof that he ever had this gun, in count 6, there is no proof that any of these numbers that he is saying in this response are even valid. There's no way to substantiate that he should be found guilty for 1 kilogram. This charge is very specific in the 1 kilogram. So when you're dealing with the courts and you're dealing with reasonable doubt, a jury has to see this beyond a reasonable doubt, and there's no way to say that this kilogram can be measured beyond a reasonable doubt just based on these numbers. Now they admit, his lawyer admits that this is enough for a conspiracy. But because you have put this specific amount in the charge and you have based it on his testimony, which is clearly flimsy, you have to throw this entire charge out. So I don't know what y'all think about this, if this is a compelling argument to you or not. This is just my opinion that this is a very compelling argument. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. If you are suffering from depression, I want you to know that better days are ahead. There is always a light at the end of the tunnel, fam. And when we come out in that light, those are our best days. We shining bright. The sun is shining bright, and nobody can stop us. So we always want to be looking forward to those better days and not focusing so much on the bad ones. So whenever we find ourselves under any kind of darkness, we want to be looking forward to and knowing that there are better days ahead, because that's a certainty. These things don't last forever. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. It's the Crown Prince. Peace, y'all. Join the Crown TV community on the Band app and get instant access to the Crown TV calendar, daily news updates, all documents and court paperwork as it is released. This means you will get it here first. New video and live stream alerts and more. And that is all for free on the Band app.
On a Friday night at 9 o'clock, hundreds of kids who don't have to be here. You'd think this would be the last place they'd want to be. But here in Newark, they're in here because of what's out there.
Anything that keeps me off the street, I'll do. Like, besides doing anything wrong, like selling drugs and all that stuff. I'm not into that.
If I come here, I will see like friendly faces.
Gun violence, like out there, they fighting, getting shot.
Inside the walls of West Side High, every Friday night until 11 p.m., it's a space free of fear. Within these walls, kids can shoot pool, play video games, hit the hardwood, practice cheers, or even lay down track in a recording studio. Within these walls, they can laugh. It's called the Lights On program, now in its 4th year, and it's open to everyone. Nadia Camacho graduated in 2008.
If it was around back then, I think that we wouldn't have lost so many of my classmates. Like if we have a class reunion now, a lot of my classmates wouldn't be there.
I haven't lost any more kids to gun violence since we started doing the school year.
Principal Akbar Cook says you can't ignore the results. If you remember him, that's because last summer, Eyewitness News told you about a free laundry room he installed in school. Students bullied because of dirty clothes, resulting in chronic absenteeism. Principal Cook says there's been a 10% increase in daily attendance since.
I was finding out just from being a principal that the kids don't eat during the weekends.
They also serve hot meals to kids on Friday nights. During the summer, they do this 3 nights a week. It's all made possible by donations from the community and alumni. It's kind of amazing what a school can become when people care about kids who